The opening of Episode 2 starts off with a pre-credit scene that shows when the outbreak first started in Jakarta. We see a scientist being escorted to check the results of an infected material under a microscope and then checking an infected specimen firsthand. Upon learning that more than 14 people are infected and unaccounted for, the scientist recommends that the military begins bombing the city and all of its residents. We then see the Last of Us logo, and in the next scene we can see that the game and the show are once again largely in sync. We find Joel and Tess questioning Ellie about the plan Marlene has in store for her. Ellie explains that the Fireflies have doctors out west working on a cure. These doctors are awaiting Ellie's arrival, since it would appear she is immune, which could be the key to finding a vaccine. As the trio moves through the city, we learn how Ellie was bitten, and that the large-scale destruction of the city is from the bombs that were dropped to try and stop the spread of the infected. In the next scene, they stop at a vantage point. In the game, they're looking for a way to get around to the Capitol building. In the show, they see a ton of the infected below, as Tess explains to Ellie how they are all connected. As they move on, they come across a body that has been recently attacked, causing Tess and Joel to be quite concerned. Suddenly, part of the doorway collapses as we are introduced to the clickers for the first time in the show. In the show, they are detected by the clickers, and Joel is forced to use his gun. In the game, you can slip by these clickers pretty simply, and you end up traversing outside of the building. In the live-action version, Ellie shows that she was once again bit or scratched by the infected. As they push on toward the Capitol building, they can't help but check out the view, which despite everything, Ellie can't help but appreciate. Once the team arrives outside of the Capitol building, in the show they notice a truck that appears to have been ambushed. In the game, they have to wade through some water, which was reminiscent of a scene earlier in the show. When they get close to the truck, they realize trouble is ahead as Tess tears into the Capitol building where they are supposed to meet the Fireflies. They quickly realize that all the Fireflies are dead as Joel demands for them to leave. Tess confesses to have being infected and that she isn't going anywhere, but that Ellie's immunity is real and he needs to protect her and continue on. In the game, soldiers arrive outside. In the show, a legion of the infected are on their way. As Joel is convinced by Tess to save those that he can save, he leaves with Ellie as Tess sacrifices herself by blowing up the infected coming after them in the show and by taking on the soldiers in the game. In the game, you sneak and fight your way past soldiers until exiting the Capitol building. Until next time, be sure to subscribe, like if you do, and possibly even hit the notification bell. If you want to see the full playthrough of this section of the game, click this video here. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to HBO Max and watch The Last of Us. They've got some other cool stuff on there that's pretty good too. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.